So we're going to dive in and start going through this. Let me make sure you guys can see the full screen, and we're going to talk about how can we maximize our lead flow. So step one, set clear goals. I know we all hear this, set goals, you should be doing it, but you'd be surprised on how many companies and even as individuals, right, we need to know where we are and where we're going. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of Brian Tracy, but I'm a fan, and he says success is goals, all else is commentary, right? At the end of the day, if you don't know where you're going, then you'll end up in no man's land, basically. So so once you have clear goals, what does that mean, right? You got wind in your sails, you're going from point A to point B. You're not going to get lost at sea, for a bad metaphor for you guys. But there is a Harvard study done in 1979 that 84% did not have goals, 13% had goals but had not written them down, 3% had clear written goals and a plan to accomplish them. And look at the results. The 13% of the class who had goals were earning, on average, twice as much as the 84% who had no goals. And even more staggering, the 3% who had clear written goals were earning, on average, 10 times as the other 97% put together. I don't know, that's kind of crazy. You wouldn't think it'd be that off, but so if you guys don't get anything from the webinar today, write down your goals, and I'd actually recommend writing them down daily. That's just a little side note, but to write down your goals is extremely powerful. It might seem stupid, but as you can see, the studies don't lie. So as we're finishing up Q1 this year, good if you didn't set any goals at the beginning of new year, now's a good time to kind of revisit where you are and what you want to accomplish in Q2, Q3, and Q4 moving forward, and then kind of reverse engineer that into monthly and weekly goals on how many leads you want to get for your business, how much revenue you want to do, and then maybe pick a time on your calendar. Because we all get busy, right? Going to job sites, this and that. I put a reminder on your calendar. Next week is the 31st, Monday, I believe. So you can set a reminder in your calendar. Hey, let's review the goals, see if we're on track or not for accomplishing our goals in 2019. So I kind of touched on this, but what's your revenue target? How much is that monthly? How many calls will that require? And what is your average transaction value? From a water perspective, it's most of our partners is anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000, depending on the market you're in. But it looks like the average is typically around 3,500 for water damage jobs is what we're seeing. So here's an example. If you want to do 1.5 this year, then you break that down, and it's 125,000 a month. And then if your average transaction value is 3,500, we'll just use water damage jobs for now. You need 35 jobs per month. You could even divide that by 30, right? It'd be just over one a day, basically. It's what you need to hit your goal of 1.5 a month. So you can keep it simple like this too, and that way you can always refer back to it, as you need to. And then, also you need to think about your average conversion rate from caller to book job. And then you divide, the call target by your conversion rate to kind of what we're doing is we're backing into how many leads you guys need, right? So here's an example. Let's just say 70% of leads, you can book those in the jobs. It's, that's kind of the low end. We see most of the time it's, the good thing is we're an emergency niche, right? Most of the time people need help, they need it quick. So 80-90% should be the closing rate, in my opinion. That's kind of what we're seeing with a lot of our clients. But we use 70% for this. So if you need 35 jobs a month, you divide by 0.7. So 50 leads a month would be the target, right? If you want to do 125,000 a month to hit your annual goal of 1.5 million. So hopefully you guys wrote some of that down just to kind of keep an eye on it. So your focus, if you back up and reverse engineer this, 50 leads a month should be is what you're thinking, every 50 leads a month, and then the numbers should kind of pan out as you go on. But so every day, I need 50 leads a month. You can divide that by 30 to break it down to how many you need per day, because that's more of in your control, right? Versus the other numbers. But you can always work on your conversion rate too as you go. Handling the calls a little better. We noticed some people, they're smooth on the phone. You can tell they have sales background. Some of our clients, we joke with them. I'm like, man, how many beers did you drink before you answered that call? Because it didn't go so well. But you can always improve the conversion rate too. So it's just something to think about.
Hope you got value out of that video. If you're looking for more ideas and strategies for better ways to market your water, mold, or fire damage restoration business online, you can go to restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there we have a free checklist you can download. It's called the Ultimate Online Marketing Guide for Damage Restoration Contractors. And there you'll be able to get the latest strategies that are working now to really increase your lead flow online. You could probably even 5 to 10x the number of leads you're getting per month from internet marketing. So there should be a link below, restorationmarketinggroup.com, and there you can download the checklist for free of charge, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.